I've been thinking for a while now if I want to build a stable for my horses or not. I say my horses, I don't really have a horse. All of them around here are free range. I kind of just let them wander, allow them to do their own thing, and then when I need one, I just grab whichever one's closest and go on whatever adventure they're needed for. But I kind of like the idea of having a horse stable, I can't lie. So I'm thinking maybe we build a horse stable, but just make it as nice as possible. So I won't feel as bad for keeping them shut inside. Someone's been trampling my crops again. Feel like it's always this one spot. It's alright, I think I keep a hoe in here, don't I? Yes, I do. Okay. So I'm thinking today we make a horse stable. And I can also switch out which horse I go and put inside of it. Doesn't have to be the same one permanently trapped in there. We can switch them out from time to time. Best of both worlds, really. Not only that, but it would make quite a nice addition to the base up here, I think. Got 360-degree beautiful views. So there's probably worse places horses could go in Minecraft. Now, I think I'm going to need quite a few supplies for this horse stable. It's probably going to be a little bit bigger than the buildings I've got going on here. And I honestly don't know what kind of supplies I have. I think we'll kind of keep with the same block layout. At least when we do any building up here, which is where I'm thinking it's going to go. Yeah, 20 cherry wood is not that much, but I'll take it for now, and it should be a good start for a layout plot that we can do. The question is, where should we put it? Like I said, I think I want it up here in the cherry blossom biome. And we're going to need to pick a space that's fairly wide open, and honestly, I'm kind of thinking right here. Maybe? Not sure. Let's have a little bit of a scout around. Can have a better than a 30-second look. Obviously, we'd like somewhere close by to the house. Otherwise, I'll probably never use the stable if I've got to walk any great length. Oh, and here's one of the residents-to-be now. Hello, Mr. Horse. You excited? You look enthralled. Okay, this is another nice spot. It's kind of tucked out the way a little bit, but close enough to that I'll probably use it. The only downside is there's a lot of holes around here, which makes the terrain just look not quite as nice. But it does have a pretty nice view. Okay, we'll do it somewhere over here. The question is just where exactly. If I could stay away from this open cave, that would be good. So, what about like over here, maybe? Might have to just take this terrain back a little bit. Make some room, and then we can plot in our pillar points. Also probably going to have to clear some grass. Make way for the horses. Yeah, I think I'd be happy being a horse, having this view every day. There's worse ones to have. Thinking we might just have to expand this out a little bit, just so we got a bit more room to work with. This might actually have to go back a little bit more. Only ever so slightly. Times like this I wish I had a proper shovel. Because what is a 30-second job could be done in about 5, but I've only got the pickaxe for right now. We'll get there someday. But that is looking a little bit better. Okay, nice. So, I'm thinking we maybe do like multiple pens, possibly just 2. Seems unnecessary having more than that. So if we maybe just give the horses... that doesn't seem like enough room. Let's expand it slightly. We'll do 3x4 for the horses, and then we can have an extra bigger bit in the middle. And then the same again over here. Oh, we're going to run out of room. That's alright, we'll do some terrain shaping afterwards. And 3. And another one right there. Okay, how do we feel about that size-wise? Can I get to a bit of a vantage point? Try and envision it a little bit. Yeah, okay, I like that. The issue is, that alone has used up half of my cherry log supplies. So, I think after we shape this bit of terrain, might need to do a little bit of tree chopping. Not only is that diamond shovel looking pretty appetizing, but so is a diamond axe. Would have made this job a little bit speedier. And I also think I might have left a couple of floating trees, so I have to come back to check on these later to make sure I got all the logs out. But for now, I'll just let the leaves despawn and take what I've got. But I can quite clearly see right there is a log. Oh, and another one. Just pillar up. Okay, that's fine. We can get it. There we go. That's most of them. I think it actually might be connected to that tree, so that one's probably going to have to go at some point. But for now, we'll just leave it be and see if we can make a bit of a better start on the stable. We've got another horse come to check it out. You're missing it ever so slightly. It's just over this hill here, buddy. There it is. Oh, there's tons of horses. And a cow. Okay. So I'm thinking we keep it pretty simple. Just this bit in the middle can go a bit higher into the sky, and then the actual stable parts can be down a little bit. So let's just bear that in mind when we decide on how tall these are going to be. Maybe we'll just keep to 3 for now, although that does seem pretty small. Bear in mind there's going to be an entire horse inside of here. So maybe we'll do these ones slightly higher. Then we can have sort of like a sloped roof going down this way. As always, I'm losing the daylight yet again. The days just seem to fly by in this world. That's right, I brought my bed with me. Slap this down and have a little sleep. Ah, that's better. Okay, back to work. So I'm thinking we maybe just add these an extra 3 into the sky. Doesn't seem overkill, but tall enough so that it's a substantial difference. And then oh, that was a bad jump. We can do the same out the back as well. Oh, you're one too high, aren't you? There we go. That's better. Let's take another step back and have a look at our work. It's looking very similar, just taller. but that's fine. It helps with the vision. I also thought maybe we can just leave most of this open so I can enter and exit from the front and the back, because chances are if I'm returning from a journey with my horse, I'm gonna just be coming from this way. So something to bear in mind when we get to that stage of the build, but for right now we are very much in the early stages. So we need to head back home and get yet again more supplies. As I mentioned, we're going to keep it similar to the other style of the houses, so that means we need cobblestone and... in fact, I think that's all I use, isn't it? Keep it really basic around here, but honestly it works. Yeah, just cobblestone and sometimes a little bit of diorite if you take that chimney. I suppose the cherry planks are quite a bit of a different colour to the logs, so it's like a whole nother block entirely. But let's go take a look at the cobblestone supplies, and yep, as expected, there is not much. That's okay, I was kind of expecting that. We'll work with what we got, and I will actually just temporarily take my stone cutter on a bit of a walk here. Save me either crafting too little or too many of a block, and also having to just keep coming back and forth. Ah, it's going to look nice. I think this is a perfect spot for the horse stable. Alright, let's just pop this down here, and I think primarily it's going to be just slabs. That makes things a bit easier, so if we can just start on the roof outline, I guess beginning here. I'm going to actually need to make my way up to this point. And then we'll just bring these all the way across. And then here's where we can start going up a little bit. Okay, that works, but we're going to need to make them one higher. And do the same at the front. And hope it looks fine. I'm sure it will. There we go. How's that looking? Let's take a bit of a step back. I feel like this maybe should be another block like that. But then that looks a bit strange around here. That's okay. Maybe if we turn these into stairs. Slightly better. It's hard to tell because it's not totally filled in, but that works for now. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. Same again over here. I think I might be running out of stairs. I don't know if I'm gonna have... No, I can tell you right now I'm not gonna have enough. Well, you can see the vision of what we're going for here. We got most of the roof outline in place, bar a few blocks, and I'm out of cobblestone. That's alright. We can come back to it. We got to fill it all in anyway. I think for right now, let's work on maybe the walls of the stables, where the actual horses are going to go in here. Is that the sun setting again? It is. Okay, that's fine. Oh, look at the shadow. That looks pretty cool. I really like that, actually. Would look better if the back of the roof was finished. But we'll get there. That's okay. Right. we could use a crafting bench over here. Let's go stick that by the stone cutter. And how do we want to do the stables? I guess fences and fence gates. What else really is there? I mean, sure, we could do like proper walls and everything, but I kind of want it to be nice and open. Let's just grab some fences for now, and then I think we can make that solid. And then this side, we can do something like that, and just have the 2 fence gates in the middle that we can open on up. I feel like I'm gonna, once again, run out of cherry wood. Oh, it's dark. Okay, it's real dark. Before we go any further, let's just take another quick nap. Ah, lovely. Okay, what were we doing? We were crafting sticks to make fence gates. We need more than that. Oh, you know what? Let's just do that. There we go. Four fence gates, and then we can just place them like so. And then no matter which side we're coming from, we just got easy access to go through that. Should fit a horse. They go through a 2x2 gap, shouldn't they? Yeah, of course they do. They're not that big. It's not a Ravager or something like that. Okay, nice. Right. We can do the same over here too. So we need a few more fences and 4 more fence gates. Which mostly is just a bunch of sticks. I think that should be enough. And then 4 of those. Oh, how are the trees doing, by the way? The ones that I chopped down. Have they all despawned? The leaves, that is, not, you know, other trees? I think so. Maybe we'll go have a look in a second. Because I'm not a big fan of just leaving floating trees around. Bothers me. Okay, nice. That should keep our horses plenty safe. Obviously, we'll have to cover this up somehow, but this is going to kind of be the enclosed part of it. Just thinking, what would we do with that? What we could do... How many blocks up is this? 1, 2, it's about 8. So if we do something like that, kind of just to separate the top and the bottom. It's throwing me off the fact that the roof isn't done, but I can imagine it enough. Okay, alright. Let's get some stairs. And we're probably going to need a door as well. I'm sure I have doors back home. Probably too many. Seems to always be the case, but save myself making the trip. So do that for the front. Or do we want to go back by a block? No, I think we'll just... We could probably do it mostly out of stairs, actually. I could just do something... don't like that. What do we flip these upside down? Or the right way up? Okay, I like that a little bit more, but I'm thinking we just make these 2 at the bottom into solid planks. Okay, cool, that works. It's not the most amazing entrance you've ever seen in your life, but it does the job. And it looks good enough. So I think we'll do the same at the front, or should this be a window? Maybe this side can be a window. I don't really need 6 entrances. I think 5 is enough. 5 is plenty. So let's actually change this up a little bit. Get rid of these stairs, and instead we'll just have some stripped cherry logs either side. Yeah, sure. Okay, that works. maybe you can also do trapdoor windows. Because I actually don't think I have any glass. I may not even have any sand. I'm very poor in this world. My resources are extremely limited. Okay, I think before I go any further, it's throwing me off that the roof isn't done. So let's head back home, possibly take the long way round and check on the trees. And then we can get a little bit more cobblestone and try and finalize it a little bit. But yeah, let's just go this way and make sure we got no floating trees. And take care of them if necessary. I gotta say, you're a very pretty horse. There's something about this color that I just really love. I always favor them in Minecraft, and I'm not quite sure why. Just a classic brownish, light brownish horse. It's very nice. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a certified floating tree. And that is an extension of this tree, but we'll still take that one down regardless. Okay, yep, there we go. It's starting to decay. We'll just do the same to this one over here. Gonna need some more cherry wood anyway, so not a big deal. Yep, I can see the leaves going over there, so we got all of them. And same over here too, hopefully. Let's just watch it for a second. Yep, leaves are going over here. What about this one? Oh, no, I can see one right there. Okay, there we go. Good cleanup. Let's take a little quick trip back home. Actually, we don't really need to head back home to get cobblestone, do we? Not at all. That's fine. Let's just head back over here and do a little bit of digging in these open caves. Maybe we'll even... Oh! I was going to say find something good. A dead rabbit wasn't really on my list. But thank you for the sacrifice, I guess? Oh man, poor thing. Whenever I'm resource gathering nearby my base, I always try and stick to the idea of leave no trace, or at least leave no ugly trace. It's very easy when you're resource gathering in Minecraft to just make a big old mess and leave ugly scars on your world, and I'd say that's fine if you're far away, but if you're right next to a build like I am at the moment, I think it's nice to try and just make it look as though you haven't actually been there. Even though I've just taken 3 stacks of cobblestone away from that cave, it just kind of looks like a regular Minecraft cave still, just slightly bigger now. Okay, let's finish this roof, shall we? So we are going to need quite a few more stairs, maybe not an entire stack. Half a stack should do for now, but we are going to need quite a few slabs, so we'll just do that. Let's see if we can't fill this thing in and get a better idea of what we can do for the rest of it. Now, have I got a way that I can actually get up here? Nope, I'm going to have to place a cobblestone, but that's alright. So I think we'll just keep it solid cobble for the roof. I quite like this very simple block palette. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot prettier things we could do, but it's nice and cheap on the resources and looks pretty nice in the cherry blossom biome. Maybe the further we advance into this world and if we start expanding outwards, we can do some more advanced block palettes. But for the meantime, this works for the base. Okay, there we go, outline done. let's just fill in this top pit. Maybe we can have a bit of a chimney up here, possibly. Get some diorite involved. Another block that isn't cobble or cherry wood would be pretty nice. Actually, yeah, so I remember, let's take a couple of blocks out. Maybe we'll just do here and here. And we'll come back to them later and stick some sort of chimney in place. Oh, that's not how you do it. That's better. And I think we're going to have enough stairs. 3 left over. Not too bad. Hopefully by doing this, it should just allow me to figure out what I can do for the remaining open gaps of the stables here. I do always find it a little bit tricky. Oh, out of slabs again. A little bit tricky to imagine what I want to do with the build when it still looks really unfinished. May sound obvious, but the more I build, kind of the easier it gets. If that makes any sense. Okay, I am not going to be able to reach up there, so I'm going to have to pillar. Okay, nice. I think for along here, there's not really anything that fancy we can do. So I think we'll maybe just keep it as some cherry planks, and we'll do the same on the other side. I was thinking we were going to have more than a single block of room to work with. And we could do like mini windows or something like that, but doesn't really work when it's just 1 block high. That's okay though. Alrighty. So what do we want to do for the top parts? I guess maybe just have some tool windows? Let's see if we can make our way up there first. Add a bit of a stepping stool. And then maybe we'll get some stripped logs. It's going to go through my cherry wood supplies. I'm going to have to go gather more materials. But that's fine. We can just figure out one side for now and copy on over afterwards. There we go. Okay. And then how many blocks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could do some 3 high windows. I don't think that's too big. I do think it would look a little bit better if we do have some glass. I'm going to need to go back and check my supplies. I don't like how close this stair is at the bottom. So I think if we just do something like that. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Slightly better. I wish it was 1 block higher. Then we could have the same at the top, but I don't mind too much. I'd say that's a good compromise. And we may honestly have enough blocks to do the same over here without having to gather more. I think we actually do. Yeah, we should do. Nice. My axe is going to break soon from all this stripping. There we go. Awesome. Obviously the interior is very much unfinished at the moment, but we can sort that out at a later point. Oh, I've done it again. It appears exactly where I want to stand is the start of that cave. Okay, nice. Right, let's take a quick trip back to the storage building and gather... Let's see, what are we going to need? Some glass, something for the chimney, and... maybe we'll figure out what floor do we want, actually. That's something we can decide now. I'm not sure. It depends on what sort of materials I've got back at home. Which is not a lot. I think I got some tough. Maybe we could do a tough floor. How are the animals doing, actually? Let's take a quick check on them. They're good. They seem happy. We'll give them a little bit of a share. Collect some eggs while we're passing by. Thank you, my friends. And a couple of eggs, too. I should really move a campfire over here. Then I could harvest some honey as well. That's a good idea. Okay, I'll have to remember that one. Probably won't need too much honey, but every now and again, you find yourself needing some. And if I got it right there, already supplying, might as well harvest it, no? Ah, no baby chicken. Not today. Hello, sweetheart. How are you doing? Not talking to me? Blossom! There we are. Thought that would do the trick. Let's see. What have we got? Not that much tough. We got some diorite. That's good. I'm thinking we'll just need one of the polished. I've left my stone cutter under there, so I'm going to have to take it with me. And then we'll take 2 more, and then we need 2 for the walls. Do I have flower pots? Because that would be a nice little chimney topper. Wishful thinking, though. Yeah, no. Oh, I have glass. That's good. How many did we need of them? We need 1 for the front window, and 4 for the top. Okay, cool. We could do deep slate for the floor. Yeah, why not? Let's take it with us. We can use them in slabs and save on some resources that way. Got another beehive over there. I could make a whole bee farm just from walking around this biome. There are a lot of bees. I'm not sure if they're meant to be more frequent in the cherry blossom biome, or if I've just got very lucky, or unlucky, depending on your opinion of bees. But why would you not like them in Minecraft? They're a nice little added ambience to the area. Okay, so we want 1 polished diorite, 2 walls, and then 2 regular. And then we should, with this, be able to build something that kind of looks chimney-like. Chimney adjacent. It'll be pointy and it'll be a different block, so it should work. It would look better if we could just stick like a flower pot on top of that, but we do not have any bricks. I like that. That's nice, though. Real quick, let's have a bit of a sleep. And the bees are flying out of the gates this morning. They are ready to seize the day. And so are we, because we're going to place our windows in. Going to jump real high. Come on. There we go. I don't have Silk Touch, and I don't want to have to make another trip, so let's not misplace any of these. Can I reach that one up there? Yes, I can. Nice. Cool. So, how do we want to do the interior? That's the next thing we got to tackle. I need to have a bit of a think. It would seem the rain has arrived, but that is perfectly fine because we are heading indoors to do some work. I've figured out, I think, what I want to do with here. I've taken out the floor, and we should be able to just craft this into slabs. So we do actually need to head back out into the rain, get a little bit soggy. And what do we want for the floor? I rarely use tiles anymore. They're usually a little bit too dark, so I avoid them, but for today, we'll use them. So if we just line the floor with these, it should start looking a little bit better in here. It is also pretty dark. I think that's probably because of the rain. So for now, we'll just stick a couple of torches down. Get something proper like lanterns in a little bit. And then for over here, if we just get some cherry logs and add them across the top. And we need something to divide this up. Maybe we'll do a similar sort of situation to what we have for this wall. In the sense of just a door. We do actually have 2 doors, so that works pretty well. So we can do 2 doors, and okay, don't have many stairs. It's okay. I know one of them is definitely going over the door like that. And then, do you want to do strip logs, or are we overdoing it with the strip logs? Maybe we'll just stick the planks. It'll also be a little bit cheaper that way. And then at the top, I guess, another plank, although that looks really boring now. Oh, my axe broke when I was chopping more trees. That's annoying. I guess we're punching this one down. I could actually do a slab. Then we'd have like a mini window of sorts. Tell you what, while we're here, we're also going to need at least one more stair. It's coming down hard out there. Poor horses would be getting soaked right now. Maybe I should have enclosed them a little bit. Ah, that's fine. I can't see any raindrops on the floor. They'll be fine. So if we do that, then we've just got a very small window, a little bit of ventilation. I'd say that works. Cool, okay, that is nicely separated, the stables and the main house. I'm just having a look at this and realizing, not a fan of this, the log going directly into a slab. Just feels a little bit off, so I'm going to do that instead. Feels sturdier somehow. Yeah, that's better. Ah, nice. It feels cozy in here almost. Just debating if we want to do a second level. I think we do, because I can't actually see anything out of those windows at this point, and that's a lot of empty space that I could be making use of. The question is, what could I do for the floor of the second room? Could do a different deep slate variant. Definitely don't want to do cherry wood. We've got enough of that. Let's craft... Oh, dark again. Craft another deep slate slab. Oh, that's not the right thing. I guess this time we'll do bricks. Or we'll do polished ones. I think that's actually my favourite deep slate variant. It's definitely the one I use the most. Okay, sleepy time real quick. Now this isn't going to be enough, to do the whole ceiling slash floor, but it means we can at least figure out where we want it to start. And I guess... actually, you know what we might have to do? It's going to mean going to mine more deep slate, which is fine. I can go and do that. But we might actually have to use like full blocks or slabs. And then just have like that. I think that should nicely cut off this level, and then at the top should work a little bit better. Not sure. We'll come back to that. Don't need to sort that right now. Although actually we kind of do. Yeah, we definitely do, because I can't do anything else really until that top level's done. So it's nice and sunny. Let's go head deep down into a cave, shall we? That seems like the smart thing to do. Deep slate acquired. I just extended the mine over at the base, or the ladder, I guess, going down to actual deep slate level. Thought it went down there originally, but obviously not low enough, so had to do a little bit of digging. That's alright, because it means got enough to get some stairs. Was I going to make stairs? I think it was. How many would we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16. Oh, perfect. Look at that. It's like I knew. So, if we go to... what level was it? Or did we want to... no, it was over here. Okay, so if we go all the way across here and just kind of make a square going around. Purely just to add some depth in, make it a little bit more interesting to look at. And we can fill the middle with some slabs. Okay, question now is, how should I get up there? I tend to like doing staircases if I can help it. I just think they look a little bit better. So I might be able to squeeze one in here. Yeah, I think so. If I just do that, and then another one at the bottom. It's going to get a little bit weird over there, but that's fine. We should be able to make that work. Get a few more stairs and see what we can do. Okay, stair over there. Get some upside down ones, so that it's going to block our one and only window on this floor. Don't really like that. Is there something else we can do differently? I think if we go any more over this way, we're going to be hitting our head on that stair. Yeah, that's fine. We can lose a window. Not a big deal. And then I think this is going to have to turn into a solid block. Because we're going to have to... are we going to have to do that? Yeah, we're going to have to put blocks along here. That's okay. We'll just keep it simple and do some cherry planks. We do lose a little bit of room, but not a big deal. And then I guess same again up here. Okay, maybe not the most interesting of things to look at. Actually, you know what? Let's take this out for now. And then we could possibly put in some strip logs, which will not only make it look a little bit more interesting from the outside, but also from the interior as well. There we are. Nice. Okay. Very pink. Not a bad thing. Most things are in this biome. Oh, and look at the sunlight coming through the window. Oh, that's very pretty. Very, very pretty indeed. I guess we could make a bit of a bedroom up here or something like that. Not exactly sure what one would put inside of a stable other than horses. I guess just sort of storage for all horse-related items. I could keep my saddles over here and whatnot. Now the question is, what do we want to do for the ceiling? And do I want to incorporate the chimney? Probably not. I think I'm just going to cover that up. Tell you what, we haven't got any cobble on the interior, so we can just... Oh, well, I ran out quick. We can just stick some of that up there. Do just need a few more stairs. We're getting somewhere though. The horses are nearly ready to be moved in. And then... it's only cobblestone. Don't need to save on resources that much. Usually if I was cheaping out, I'd do them as slabs, because you can't tell a difference from this point of view. But it is only cobblestone. Okay, nice. Now I did grab some supplies, aka iron nuggets, so I could... Hello, Zombert. Craft a couple of lanterns. Get something a bit nicer than torches. So we'll knock these two out. And this one over here. Oh, that is very dark. Well, let's get this one in. I guess we'll just stick that one in the middle. Is that too low? No, I wouldn't say so. And then this one... Let's break a little bit of symmetry here, and we'll stick it in the corner. That's bright enough. Shouldn't get anything spawning inside of here, which is the main thing. And it's bright enough to also see, which is another added bonus. There we go. I'd say, in essence, that is the main part of the build done. All we really need to do now is the little finishing touches. I feel like I should probably get some lanterns for my horses, though. I feel bad leaving them in the dark. If it gets to nighttime and I got a couple in here, I'm going to feel sorry for them if they're just in the pitch black. So I can put the chains down for now. It's going to have to go on that block. It's okay. And we'll head back in a second and grab some iron and anything else we're going to need. So, what do we need? I guess up here, probably just a bed, crafting table, chest, bedroom type stuff. We haven't got a whole lot of room, so going to need to keep it simple. Maybe I'll get a couple of paintings. I got the wall for it, so yeah. Paintings, bed, chest and crafting table. That's one. We need some lanterns. And I guess maybe just some storage items, so chests and barrels. Feels very open at the moment, but I really don't know what else I could put in here. And when I don't know what to put somewhere, I usually just do like a stack of chests or barrels or something in the corner just to sort of fill in the gap. So let's do that. We can always change it at a later point in time. Question I've left myself to answer. It's a very important one. What colour bed do I want? I'm pretty limited. It's either pink, blue. That's, I think, mixed pink again. We'll take whatever lilac is, which I think is magenta. Yeah, sure. We'll have a magenta bed. Why not? I think that is everything that I wanted. Probably not. I'm sure I've forgotten something and we'll have to make the trip back. But that's fine. Horse, you want to come with? Want to check the place out? You don't seem that excited. Do I have saddles? I can't remember. You can craft them now, but when I started this world you couldn't. So they were a very precious commodity. Yeah, I've got 2. That'll be fine. I'll take them with me now so I don't forget. And let's go, I guess, finish the interior. Oh, and look, we've been building for so long, all of the crops have regrown. Don't really need any though. Oh, actually, I could definitely use some wheat to make some hay bales. For the horses, of course, not for me. I don't eat hay, but the horses, they probably like it. But yeah, maybe it's a good thing that it's all grown. Ah, pretty little stable. Nothing special, but that's kind of the idea of my base and this world. Keeping things simple. So, first things first, let's hang our lanterns. So we don't plunge our horses into eternal darkness. Do I want it there? That seems too close. It's too low. How does that look? There's just something that feels wrong about a single lantern. I don't know what it is. It just feels stubby, almost. There we go, that's better. And a little bit of that light is gonna encroach onto the inside. There we go. Okay, let's head up here. Place down the bed. What else did I want? Have a crafting table and a chest. And then a couple of paintings. What am I going to get? Oh, I like that one. And I like that one. That's one of my favorite paintings that I've done. Best of both worlds. My art and Minecraft's art. Nice, okay. Little bedroom, that works. And then down here, like I was saying, we haven't really got that much to add into a build like this, so we're gonna have to kind of just do something like this to fill in the open space. Sure. And then I think... Oh, I was meant to bring an extra crafting table with me, but I forgot. Can't hurt to have too many crafting tables around, so we'll have another one of them in the corner. There we are. That nicely fills in the space. Doesn't feel quite as empty anymore, which I like. So I'd say that is the interior done. I was debating with maybe having a small rug in the middle here, which I guess I could still do. We've got the 3 open gaps. Yeah, okay, maybe we'll go grab some carpet. But then out here, I think what we could do with having... Oh, I was going to say a hay bale and a cauldron, but I think if I place any of them down, the horses might actually be able to get out. So maybe it's just going to have to be like a cauldron in the floor here. Yeah, because if I put a, let's say, a hay bale there, they're probably going to be able to escape. Might be able to get away with having one next to it like that. Actually, yeah, I could probably do hay bale in the corner and cauldron in the other corner. And then they shouldn't be able to escape. At least I hope not. I guess we'll find out. They're probably not going to roam too far even if they do, so it's not a big deal. Okay, let's do a quick run back and grab those supplies. And whilst we're doing that, we can also have a quick scout around for what horses we want to put in there. Oh, hello guys. Hey, why are you attacking me? It's the middle of the day. You shouldn't be doing that. I'll probably keep switching the horses around, keep it fair. Maybe I even only have one in. Although then they're going to be lonely. And that makes me feel bad too. We'll grab 2. I got 2 saddles, we got 2 stables. 2 is a good number. But for now, let's craft 2 very expensive blocks. This is definitely not necessary. The horses don't actually need a drink. But I always kind of feel like I should have one in there for them. I don't know why, I do it every time. Okay, 2 cauldrons, and then we'll get ourselves 2 hay bales. And that is where I left the other crafting table. You can come with me. Actually, I've already made one. You can still come with me anyway. Cool, I think that's everything we need. Let's get these down, then we can actually move our horses in. I haven't seen any. Now I've finished it, they're hiding. They're all kind of over here around by the stables. It's probably not even needed, really. Okay, hay bale, cauldron. Ah, I wish it wouldn't connect sometimes. I wish there was a way to change this. But it's fine. I don't think they should be able to get out. I mean, if I can... Oh, I can. We'll keep it there for now. And if we find out they're escaping, we'll worry about that at a later time. Okay. Well, I need to 1, go get a water bucket. And 2, go get a couple of horses. Unfortunately, both of the horses escaped within, I'd give them 8 seconds, and they were out. So I guess they could hop up on the cauldron and the hay bale to escape. So they're limited to just water. I'll have to come and feed them when they're hungry. But I guess that's what you do with real life horses, so I suppose it works. But that is the stable all done. How do you guys like it? They love it. I was hoping they would neigh or something, but I guess not. And we can easily take them out, shut that behind us. But right now, we're going to leave these 2 in here. And I think this is actually the guy I used last time I went on a bit of a mission. Oh, you know what's actually probably not great of me? You should probably take the saddle off the horse when you're not riding it, shouldn't you? Give a purpose to the storage on the inside as well. There we go. Nice. I've also added a pathway connecting back up to our one over there, so it is officially part of the base. And we will say goodbye to it for now. Gonna head back home and I guess see what we want to do next.